Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Glenn Esmond. Welcome today to number 3 in a series of playthroughs of the Butterfly Effect material. Today we'll be looking at Take It Away, the third track off the 2001 self-titled EP. This is another really interesting song, deceptively simple when you consider it on its surface features, but when you have a chance to get in a bit deeper and play around with the harmonic content of the song, it actually reveals a lot more of itself. Let's talk about the overall harmony. The song is in C minor, drop C tuning on the guitars and the bass, C, G, C, F, B flat on this particular bass. The main progression is C minor, A flat major, and F minor in the key. C Aeolian mode or C natural minor. Come on. A quick note on counting rhythms. Take It Away is in 4/4 time, which is also known as common time. It means that there's 4 quarter notes to every measure in the song. When you're counting quarter notes, for example, this is the click track. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty simple. Quarter notes can then be divided up further into 8th notes, and you count those by adding an and in between each of the numbers. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then 8th notes further divide into 16th notes. You count them 1E and a 2E. So the and is still in the same spot. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... The accents in Take It Away are on the 3E and the 4E of those measures. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... That 16th note rhythm, the anticipations, gives it a real sense of syncopation, and it takes the emphasis off the 1 as much as... So one of the other really interesting things about this song is the tension notes that are in the vocal melodies that Clint sings. Now, these tension notes, they're not the regular thirds and fifths, but suspended notes. And suspended notes create tension because they always want to resolve to the note of the chord. So when he's doing the verse, and he does that, you're so out of touch, no, he hits the D, and then when it goes back to the C, it resolves back to the C note, and you get that try. So, and he does the same thing in the chorus. He sits on this, you can take it away, and then when it's a G note in the melody, and then when it goes to the A flat major, he holds the G chord, the G note, sorry, there, and that creates this A flat major 7 chord. So you can take it away, but then when it goes up to this, oh, which is the 3rd of F minor, there's that tension, 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 take it away, oh, and then take it away. That's so awesome. And so you end up with all of these really tight chords. Again, it's the same as the 9th chords in the guitar. You combine those two things and you start to hear these really lush and interesting melodies.
And we're going to check out, and thanks very much for coming down today.
With all that done, let's move on to the playthrough. One of the things that I always mention with this is I treat the kick drum like the low strings, and I treat the snare drum as the high strings. So you'll see me when I'm playing, I follow the kick drum pattern exactly on the bottom string, and then I play the snare drum pattern on the upper strings. So to me, that's a good way of filling the space and also really locking in with the drummer, which is my job. All right, let's go from here. couple of things that I noticed on that playthrough. The rhythms in those little hits before the choruses and during the choruses, I actually declined to hit the 3 and the 4 in that bar, so I'm always hitting the 3E ender, 4E ender in there. So I'm actually muting the string, and that gives it that da da. It's almost, it gives it a little bit of a break for a sec, so that second hit really goes home. Secondly, that was the first song we ever made a film clip for. I do recall I was still living in Melbourne at the time. I flew up to Brisbane. We filmed in one of the old wool stores, and it was very early when we started. I had to borrow a 5-string fieldy bass that I'm playing in that clip, because I didn't fly up with my basses or anything at that time. I wasn't even in the band at the time. We used to really enjoy playing Take It Away live for a couple of reasons. One was Clint used to do this amazing sort of vocal improvisation. You can hear it if you go to I'll put a link actually down below of the Spotify B-sides album that we put out a couple of years ago. There's a live version of Take It Away with Clint doing that vocal improvisation. Why am I saying that weird? In the middle of it, you can also see it on the Channel V Jabba's Morning Glory from like 2003, I think it was. We also used to do a bit of a cover of Message in a Bottle by the Police in the middle of that as well. It was always fun to play around with. I guess it's one of those songs that, because the overarching structure is quite simple, you have a bit of space to play around in the middle of it, so that's what we did. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm Glenn Esmond. I'll see you again soon for some more playthroughs and some more music. Cheers.